Nice to see you all here. Locker room's not open. All here.
Everyone's talking about what happened last night in the league. Turn on ESPN, you get two of your former teammates, Damian and Nink, talking about it. What are your thoughts on that? And how do you guys talk about that here to avoid something similar?
Yeah, I think, just Coach Belichick tries to use it as teaching moments. So talks about not throwing punches, not touching the referees, and staying on the sidelines. So.
How hard is it to stay disciplined in that moment? You've been in moments where guys have been after you and things have gone on. How hard is it to stay disciplined?
It's an emotional game, so I think I got a penalty in 2002. I think I only got one penalty for an unsportsmanlike conduct, and I kind of pushed someone back against Chicago. So that might be my only unsportsmanlike conduct penalty.
Is it the only one?
Probably deserved a few more,
right?
But that was the only one that I got called for.
Is it because after you got called for it, was there a lesson learned there because of it, and that's why you've never done it again?
Again, these things, they happen so quick. It's an emotional game, so people play with emotion, and it's a physical sport. So try to do the best you can do.
Tom, you mentioned the mental scar tissue early in the week from that Super Bowl 52 loss. How tough is that?
Bring it up again. What's going on?
How tough was that loss? Is that motivation kind of going into this one?
It's a different team. It's a big challenge for us to go in there and play a great football team. So there's nothing about that game that's gonna, that's not gonna impact the outcome of this one. We want to win. They want to win. It's a big game. It's a tough game. They play well at home. And they got a really good team, and they're tough to beat. So they're good in all three phases, and they've been a championship level team last couple years. So it's going to be a great test for us.
Speaking of tests, you've got 4 games coming up now, all winning teams. Houston and Kansas City are going to be right there in the playoff race. How important is this next stretch for you and the team? I
mean, we're after the bye, so all of them are not that the ones before weren't important, but these are the ones that this is when the team's really got to start to elevate its play. And we've learned a lot over a lot of competitive games, a lot of competitive practices, training camp, going all the way back to the spring. So things, I'd say, like the die has been cast. That's just kind of this is what we are, this is what we're going to do, this is how we're going to win. And these are things we're going to have to do in order to achieve the results we want.
Do you, at this point in the season, allow yourself to scoreboard watch to see how the Ravens and other teams are doing?
They really don't impact, how we're going to play the game. So I'd say from that standpoint, however those teams play, they play. How we play is what we're thinking about. And, playing good football is, that's going to be good for all of us here. So that's what we'll try to do.
How excited are you to just get back on the football field? It seemed like it's been a while since you played.
Yeah, it has. And, we didn't play great the last time out. So it's another good test for us, and we're going to have to get off to a better start. You do that on the road, it's going to be tough to overcome those. Any team that gets down 17-0, 21-0, whatever, 14-0 on the road, it's pretty tough. So that's the way we want to play from ahead, and we're going to have to play well early to get off to a fast start.
Tom, when you look at all your past matchups with Jim Schwartz over the years, dating back to 2002, stylistically, what commonalities do you see in Jim Schwartz's defense?
Well, I think they're well coached. I think they're very fundamentally sound. I think he has a reason for everything that he does. He just doesn't, hell, let's just try this call. I think there's a method to what he's trying to accomplish as a play caller. So, very smart coach. He's been one of the great coaches in the league for a long time. So, and they're playing great this year.
Elevate your game, or how you want to elevate the game. Is it nice knowing that eventually you're going to get Nikhil in the offense? Down the line, you're going to get Isaiah Wynn, and then Mohamed Sanu is still getting up to speed as well. Does it feel like the offense can continue to elevate itself? Yeah,
those are good players that are playing important roles. The guys that are in there are the guys that are doing a good job, and whenever you get guys back, that always helps. But at the same time, the guys that have been in there are doing a pretty good job. So who's ever in there, we got to go out and execute. That's what it's about. It's not about anything other than us all being accountable to do our job as best we possibly can. And the more we can do that collectively, the better that transfers over to everybody playing with confidence. Because it's really a game about confidence and trust. attention to detail, and then you have all the emotional aspects.
Tom, knowing that you guys are a game plan team, a game plan offense, for some of the reasons you just mentioned, there's been a lot of change with personnel, things of that nature. Do you feel like offensively you guys are still sort of looking for an identity, or that you're still trying to find out what it is that you do well for the second half of the schedule here?
Yeah, I would say that, but at the same time, I think that's well said.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Welcome. But those things happen a lot, and they change over the course of the whole season anyway. So they may be that way in week 9, but you could, quote unquote, feel like you have it figured out 2 weeks from now, and then someone gets injured, and then you got to start again. So a lot of teams I've been on, you just keep trying to figure it out week to week, and because the matchup's a little different, we're gonna have to do some different things. We know they have some strengths, so we're gonna have to understand what those are, and then we've got to adapt, and our players have to adapt, and the scheme has to adapt, and then we have to go out and execute. So I think you're right. We're a game plan team, and I think that's a real strength of ours, and we got to continue to make that a strength by embracing the different challenges that each team really presents to us.
So does it matter? Do you want to have something that you can lean on every week and say, we can do this?
Yeah, it absolutely. But again, I think those things change too. So, you'd like to rely on a lot of things. You wish to say, we'll throw for 300 every week, and we'll rush for 150, and every time we call this play, it'll work. But, then it's like, how are we going to do that? And I think that's how you have to focus on, how we're going to do those things, how we're going to accomplish them. We'd love to be able to count on everything, but, they have a lot of good players too, so they make it pretty challenging.
2 final questions, guys.
Tom, LeBron James apparently said last night that me and Tom Brady are one and the same. We're going to play till we can't walk no more. Do you like that LeBron James is looking at you as a role model? And B, have you approached him about any TB12 stuff?
We've been friends for a long time, so I've always admired him. He's a great athlete player, and I think he loves the sport. He loves basketball. He loves the competition. So I feel the same way about football.
You guys do a lot with motions and like moving guys around the formation. How much does that help you before the snap kind of decipher what the defense does when you guys send somebody in motion across and the running back out flat or whatever?
Yeah, those are a lot of teams are doing that now. And motions have been a part of offense for a long time, but a lot of people are using basically all 5 skill positions, except for actually 4 of the 5 skill positions. 1 guy's on the ball, 2 guys are on the ball with the tight end. So, usually, you're going to have some type of, movement in place to try to create, some things that you can identify what's going on in defense. So, thank you guys. Appreciate it.